Hey everyone, Anthony Scott here at ToyHypeUSA.com. Today I am taking a look at Super7's newly released Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimates Raphael figure from the 2003 animated series. Special shout out and thank you to site sponsor Entertainment Earth for sending along Raphael for review. It's greatly appreciated. To buy him and additional figures, please use our hyperlinks off of ToyHypeUSA.com or use the links in the YouTube description below. We would greatly appreciate that. Raphael is packaged in a window box here, which includes the standard artwork for the 2003 logo, artwork of the character on the left there, the Ultimates logo on top, the Super7 logo, and ages 14 and up. Here is a look at the top of the box, showing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo from 2003. Here is a look at the back of the box with a couple of images of Raphael and a brief description. Here is a look at Raphael inside his plastic tray. It should be noted that he comes with the same sets of interchangeable hands as Leonardo and Michelangelo came with that I previously reviewed. If you missed those reviews, please go back. He also includes a set of size, the shell cell, and 2 sets of interchangeable heads. Here is your in-hand look at Raphael, inspired from the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series. He comes in a dark green skin tone with a beige chest, a brown belt, elbow and knee pads, as well as wristbands, which are around his wrists there. This sculpt looks great. It's also shared with the other turtles, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello. Here is a look at the back of the figure. I had a question with the review for Leonardo. Is the color of the shell accurate? Well, the answer is yes. It's kind of weird that the turtles in this show have green shells as opposed to brown shells or maybe black shells compared to other entertainment properties with the turtles, either toy lines or the series. Well, in this case, the shell is green and it's pretty accurate to the cartoon. Here is a look at Raphael's head sculpt. Great facial details. You see the teeth, the eyes, and he comes with the red bandana. Here is a look at all sides. And of course, the bandana hangs down on the back here. Here is a look at the other head sculpt. Notice that the facial details are different. This time around, the mouth is open and you see the tongue and inside of the mouth. The position of the eyes are also different. And here's a look at the back of the head sculpt showing the bandana. Also, the bandana is on a swivel joint, so you can move it around. As Raphael shares the same sculpt as the other turtles, the articulation would be the same, which includes a ball-jointed head and neck, full range of motion here. Just note that there are 2 points of articulation as the head and the neck piece are sculpted apart, I should say. Here is a closer look at that. Swivel hinge shoulders, good range of motion. Swivel biceps, double hinged elbows. You see the double hinge right there. Just keep in mind that the elbow pad does prevent a tiny bit of the articulation. He also has swivel and hinged wrists. Hinge joint is right there on the top of the bottom, but it doesn't really move that much, so just be aware of that. No articulation in the torso. Swivel hinged hips. Swivel thighs. For the legs, double hinge articulation. It doesn't go more past this. Let's try the other one. All right, this one's probably just a little stuck there, but here is a closer look at that. And just like the elbows, that this does get in the way a tiny bit with the articulation. And the ankles are also hinged and swivel. Raphael can hold his size in the front and the back. Here is a look at that. Here is a look at the back. Raphael includes a set of closed-fisted hands, and here's a look at that. Here is another pose. Here is a look at Raphael's size. These are basically standard size, very nicely done. I believe I mentioned these are painted with light gray blades, red handles, and yellow at the ends there. Here is another pose. Here is another pose. Here is one last pose with the other head sculpt. Here is a look at the shell cell. It's the same as the ones that came with Leonardo and Michelangelo, as well as Donatello. Here is a look at the other side, as well as his third set of interchangeable hands. Here is one final pose. Here is a comparison of the 2003 Raphael figure. Just note that this one is the reissue from a few years ago by Playmates Toys. You'll notice the vast differences between the appearance of these figures, especially the skin color, which is different shades of green. Here is a look at the back. You'll also notice the differences on the shells. The black shell was given to the toy, but on the show, the shell was a light green, as you see on this release from Super7. Here is a comparison with the vintage toy Ultimates figure from Super7. Here is a look at the back. Finally, here is a comparison of all four turtles, which I'm showing for the first time in Raphael's review. You'll notice that the green skin tone is different between each of the turtles, as seen on the show. Special shout out and thank you to site sponsor Entertainment Earth for sending along Raphael figure along for review. It's greatly appreciated. To buy these figures, make sure to use the hyperlinks off of ToyHypeUSA.com or the links in the YouTube description below. We would greatly appreciate that. I am Anthony Scott. Thanks again for watching this video, and stay tuned for more news and reviews.